Okay, what we got here is the Focalflex Evo 3-way component kit, PS165F3E. Now, I went with this set honestly because when looking at sets from like Morel, Hertz, and Focal, and like Audio Frog, well, not Audio Frog necessarily, but the more major brands, I look a lot on woofers, etc., Sonic Electronics, and Crutchfield. And woofers usually has they always have a really good price on stuff, and some of their stuff is a little the older sets. Like they had some older Dynaudios on there for really well priced 3-ways, but then they came with Morel, which was the brand I really wanted to go with, but it's very hard to make sense of how they are the product level, like as far as price point, especially on woofers, etc. site. I don't know if because it's the mix of older sets and newer sets, but man, Jesus Christ, there's literally like 15 or 16 different sets, and a lot of them look pretty much the same and are almost named the same with just a few numbers different, like a 6 or a 602. It's just really confusing. So this was actually one that was less confusing for me, and I was able to make more sense of. So you have the Evos and the regulars. I believe the regulars are called experts, I'm not sure. But then they kind of have 2 or 3 different 2-way sets that go with this. And the 3-way sets necessarily don't have, like, there's a 2-way set that has a much better mid-bass than the 3-way set. And there's, and it goes a little kind of weird like that. And as far as the mid-range goes, there might be for a tweeter, you know, is a little different in them regards. Especially between the 2 lines, because you have the same thing between the 2 Evo lines, the regulars and the Evo. Or I'm sorry, the Flax lines, the regulars and the Evos. So, but anyway, and you know, this is like right under that $1,500 price point. So this would be like considered like mid-level, high-end. So not like the top of the line from these guys, but not necessarily the bottom of the barrel either. No, not even close to that. So we'll take a look at them. I'm really excited about these because I like higher end components and such. Like I have Rockford T4s and T3s in my one vehicle. And they sound pretty damn good. I don't know, people have a bad opinion of those. I just think they don't know what the fuck they're doing, to be honest with you, because they're pretty nice speakers. Alright, back to these. The thing I really like about these is the mid-range. It's got like a nice heatsink looking basket. Nice feel to it, you know. The surround, I guess they all have what sets these apart from the regular Flax is the surround. It's called the Total Mass Dampened Surround. It's a little bit shallower looking, actually. I think it's a bit taller, and supposedly it has something to do with making the thing sound more natural. And the tweeters are the big difference in the Evo line too. They are the TAM tweeters. The other ones, I believe, are the TMKs. These as well have a really nice feel to them. Come with a excuse me, nice looking crossover. It's not biampable or anything like that. There's a set in the Evo line that is biampable. It's a 2-way set. I believe it's the X. Call it the Expert. You have your mounting hardware, your screws and such, all of which probably will not ever be used because they never are. This comes apart for manipulation of the settings inside. You have a switch for the mid-range level and the tweeter level. There's actually 2 screws that mount it. These 2 screws hold it together. So only 2 screws to mount it. And 2 to hold it together. I believe that's so you can just take it apart while it's in the vehicle a little bit easier instead of having to pull all 4 screws and pull it up off the board, or however you have it mounted. I believe it's a bit of a snap fit too, so if you really wanted to, you can leave those screws that hold it together off of there and just have it snap apart like a fused distribution block or something. And I like the woofer on these a bit better than the two-way set I have that we're also going to unbox. So I'm using these for my front stage three-way with that Helix DSP Pro MK2, and these are matching two-way set in the rear. So anyway, this has really got a nice feel to it as well, as you would imagine. There's a bit of a difference between this one and the one that comes with the two-way set. This one has a bigger voice coil, bigger dust cap to go with it. The flax cone is not smooth, it's got a texture to it. It'd be cool if it was made out of hemp. I believe there was a company that was making speakers out of hemp. The back, on the other hand, has a bit of a smoother feel, almost resin coated. Yeah, it feels nice to molest, I'll tell you that much. Got a nice feel. Nice laser etching here, made in France. The serial number's actually on the cone, or surround I should say. There's your nice logoing, little shiny logo there, made in France. And you got your angled surface mount thing that again is never ever going to be used, because they never are. It's always got to be much more difficult than that. Of course, you know, it would work fine in these, but you know, why not? Shit, why go through the hell of doing something insanely over the top custom? Simplicity works sometimes. Simplicity is key sometimes. But I actually got some really nice pods to match these. I'm gonna go grab them from that dude on eBay in Germany. That's my insane 2 horsepower Belgian made Grundfos overkill sub pump. When I first installed it, it actually blew that pipe apart, like, because it was connected with a node hub that wasn't really on there too tight from the previous owners. But yes, here are the pods that are going to go with these tweeters and mid-ranges. These are the Valley Car pods. I actually ordered the swivel mounts for them. Let me put these protective pieces back upon here before I pry. Because I know Murphy's Law. There we go. Nice and safe. So these things come with a straight piece and a swivel piece. Well, you have to buy the swivel pieces extra. These are like $62 extra. But anyway, you go in here like this. The ball joint is really stiff when you give that nut just a little bit of torque. It's pretty remarkable actually. So just a little torque on it and it's pretty solid. Doesn't move much. But anyway, that's them. The machine out of aluminum. This set was $326. So they'll go in there like that, and they'll use the factory grills as well. Got a nice cool look to them. They're going to hang off the A-pillars. I don't mind. The car's got a weird dash. Almost reminds me of an old freaking what are them things? Them Chevy Lumina vans, or them Pontiac Silhouettes, I think they were called. Really odd from the inside. It's kind of a long beak. So let me pull the grills out of these bottoms here. Take a look at those. You know. So there you go for the mid-range and the mid-woofer. So here's the factory grills that go with them. Pop out, sit inside this ring, like that. And then they're gonna drop in like that, and then be covered like that. So that's pretty much what it's gonna be. And the tweeters like so. The tweeters will stay in their cup. He has two styles for the tweeters. Ones you have to glue them in. Well, three styles actually. Ones you have to glue in. Ones you screw in with a set screw. That is right here. Or Allen wrench for it. So the tweeters got a nice bronze look to them. If I can get this off simple, I will show it. But okay, thank you, Lord. I have to. Okay, very sensitive little things. But pretty much held on there with magnetic force. The grill, but there's the tweeter. It's got a really cool look to it. It's the inverted M or something of that nature, but inverted dome, M shape. There's a little speck of like a piece of fiber on there. It really is driving me crazy, but I do not want to touch it. I don't know. It's got a pretty nice looking surround on it for a tweeter. That's all rubber there. Really nice looking tweeter. I have to say that. Some of these higher end sets, sometimes they don't. I mean, I hate to judge something on looks, but you cannot deny that it plays a huge role in a lot of people's decision. And if you say it doesn't, I mean, it does in a way. At least for me, it does. Now, I won't overlook something. I mean, I'm not talking about looks like how like a boss is overbuilt to look cool or something like that. But you know, there's a look that something's got. Like for one instance, linear power. They have like $1,000 set, and it does not. I mean, I've heard them; they sound beautiful, but it does not look. It looks like a $230 set of something, some off-brand or something or another. But they like some raw driver set. You know, there's nothing special about it, just complete performance-based. But I like a look. I guess, you know, something like that. You know, it's performing like a $2,000 set or a $2,500 set from a company like this. So I guess maybe that extra $1,500 is going into the way it looks. Who knows? But that tweeter definitely has a nice look to it. Oh, what am I doing? I want to show you the pods for it. Okay. Where did it go? There it is. So he has three types of these. One is a glue-in, one's a set screw, and the other one is kind of slightly recessed, and he has these rings that you can buy for the front of the mid-range and the tweeter, and it's a ring that screws in, and it clamps the tweeter and mid-range in. It looks rather cool, but it adds a bit more bulk to it, and you know, they're kind of bulky as it is. But I guess I'll fish this through there for you to see what it looks like. Get out of the way. So that's how to go in. And there it is. That looks pretty cool. That's not bad looking setup for that. Fancy like. And your set screws are right there. Very tiny. They operate with this here Allen wrench. So one thing I would note to watch out for with these is, because your terminals are right here, and actually if you set this up to where the Focal logo, well, that's how it is right now, you can move it. So, but you just be careful you don't end up putting them terminals there on them goddamn their terminals on them set screws, because you will short that speaker out. I believe you'll do something not nice to it, that's for damn sure. The word escapes me what will happen, but I don't think it'll be nice. So anyway, we'll tighten them up a little bit. Also, they're pretty small little set screws, so I would imagine if you kind of overdo it, they're going to start puncturing the side of the tweeter. So you want to just kind of give them a twist on both ends until like they come in contact, and you can make your final adjustments there. So there's a little bit of touch there. There's a little bit there. You could even go as far as to maybe take a drill and really nicely and carefully just making a little tiny dent on the side of the tweeter housing for that to fit in for a more secure feel. I really don't think it needs it, but I know some maniac would probably end up doing something like that in the corner of his basement over there by the water meter. But yeah, it's in there. There's no, you would think maybe a little bit of, right, but these fit very tight because you have to tell them exactly what set of speakers they're for, and all the Focal ones do not work for each other. Like the Focalflex Evos and the Focalflex don't work for each other interchangeably for some reason. They're slightly different, and these are just made to order pretty much. I'm sure he has stock of them, but and there it is. Very nice. So these off that Helix DSP, and what do you call it? The amps that will run this is the B2 audios I had uploaded the other day, and like I said, one for each side. One amp's going to be bridged rear channel to run the 6.5, and then the front two channels will run the tweeter in the mid-range. So, and then the same with the other side, and then the third amplifier will be running the rear fill, which is the Focalflex Evo 2-ways, passive, because they're just going to be there on a preset, just for, you know, to ruin the sound stage a little bit. But whatever. Yes and no. No rear fill, but I like rear fill, and I'd even go to say that I probably won't even have this damn thing set for a driver's seat tune most of the time. That's just me being honest. Because I just, you know, I hate to. That's interesting. It's giving me a little twist there. Take a look here. I want to see why that's moving like that. See? Always something, man. Always something that makes you, what the fuck did I just do that for? Okay, what's up with you? You feel the same. See? I almost got you. I hear the cat just came in. Whoa. War. War is his name. Like World War II. Because believe it or not, World War II is what the cat next door on Snoopy was named. Everybody called him the cat next door, but his name was World War II. Okay. No, the girl don't twist. Nice feel. So yeah, that's the front stage there. And we'll show off the 2-ways. Take a look at them. I'll leave these out so you can get a little comparison with them. They have a little, slightly different look to them. I mean, they look the same, but there's little differences. Now on to the Focalflex 2-ways. Evo 2-ways. So the main differences in them is I saved the 3-way set here next to it. Okay, first thing you notice looking at them is one has a, why do I keep taking both of those off? One dust cap is bigger. And looking in there, it's a smaller voice coil. You can see that as well. Both have the same fill to the cone. The magnet on the two-way Evo FE is got a silver, more of a maybe cast plate, top bottom plate. I don't know, but you know that little silver look to it, the little dimples all over it. This has a little machine look to it. I believe the magnet is slightly bigger on the one. Let me see exactly. So, yes, the magnet is a bit bigger on the three-way Evo. These are both the same product line. Now, there's a two-way set of this that has a phase plug, and it's a different woofer than this one. Different than this one. Okay, now you have the Focalflex regulars, non-Evos, and they have a silver bottom plate and top plate as well, like this one. But it's a different looking, slightly different looking as well, and it's not the same speaker. So I don't know why so many different ones. That'll drive me up a damn... See, that's the kind of shit that I had a hard time like wrapping my head around, seeing all of those different morels on woofers, etc. Just overwhelming, and I just got tired of looking. But I do have high hopes for these, and I'm actually pretty excited because I've read a lot of good things on them. And I don't like the bright tweeter thing I hear of, but these are supposed to have addressed that problem. Some people say no, and other people say it does. But I'm sure somehow I can tame it with that DSP if it is too harsh. And the tweeter is the same with this set. You know, I haven't compared the specs of the two woofers on this. I looked at the difference between the matching non-Evo sets to this, like the matching non-Evo with a out the phase plug two-way and the three-way set. And back to the two-way of the Evo, they have a shallow mount of some type, and they have a the phase plug one that's a biampable crossover for the tweeter and the mid-range. I'm pretty sure these are identical tweeters. Let me just have to look at the backs. Yes, they are identical. Same can't be said about your bigger speakers, though. Shit. Why, though? I don't understand why. Maybe it's, like I said, it's a completely different speaker. Maybe this is designed to play up to this one's frequency better. I mean, maybe that is the case. It has a smaller coil. Not that that really should mean anything, you know, but if I was a betting man, I'd say this was designed to play up to that speaker a little bit more easily than that one. Maybe that one's more mid-bass heavy, therefore it can, you know, take some of the workload and put it on the mid-range, and it can just focus on its more, you know, touchy, punchy type of frequencies. And so yeah, that's my understanding of it. I wouldn't say it's a drawback of any type. And a phase plug, you know, I don't really care for the phase plugs in speakers that are going to be in an automobile, you know. I mean, this is going to, I don't plan on changing things much. I know I'm not competing with this vehicle. It's my daily driver. I mean, if I do ever compete with something of that nature, I mean, it's going to be a pretty damn nice build. But, you know, it's not going to be like, oh, I got to win, you know. It's, you know, however I do. Big, you know, if I like it, I'm not going to be chasing something to make up to somebody else, you know. I have to like it. And I'll make it work if I have to. But anyway, like I said, phase plug in a vehicle, the gap, it's not protected. So you can get crap in there, and then you can get scratchy speakers. It happens, and there's even like tutorials how to clean speakers because of that. So yes, it might help a little bit with some kind of beaming, but you know, there's a Helix DSP under there, so it'll fix it. Whatever that thing can do. Alright, so this is the crossover for this. It's not a, it's just a tweeter crossover. Therefore reinforcing the fact that I'm pretty sure almost that, again, these are designed a lot differently. You know, they're not just let's take our three-way and throw a mid-range to it, you know, or our two-way, throw a mid-range to it, call it a three-way, you know. So obviously there's a lot of R&D going on there in that respect, to where they'll just make different product lines. Well, they fucking should. The overhead they have is whatever, $20,000 speaker set. my cock. Anyway, this snaps apart. I know it does. I had it apart once. Come on, son of a bitch. No, it ain't coming apart. Oh, there it is. There you go. So it looks like part of what that one looked like. It literally has like the same value components in it, and on whatever section that takes care of the tweeter is on this thing. Maybe I can show a little comparison. Let's even take it apart. How about that shit? This is a nifty little screw set brought to you from Walmart. It's really nice, man. Matter of fact, I could not get the T-through 2500 open without this set because it has them very long, deep. Fuck. Guess it ain't that nice of a screw set now, is it? One moment. Ta-da! So, here's this crossover, and here's this crossover. So,